You can't see the forest through the trees, meaning not being able to see the bigger picture, getting lost in the details. That's me. It's a personal problem. Unfortunately, ironically, one I'm particularly struggling with right now, at this very moment, and in this speech class. Without being able to see the bigger picture, one's mind and therefore one's abilities are hampered. I see that. I struggle with that. But perhaps even more important, perhaps for me, the bigger picture is looking at this not as a difficulty or as a problem, but as another opportunity to learn and grow. Today I'll discuss this theme, struggling with clarity, seeing the bigger picture, using myself as an example, the example, from childhood to adulthood to this very moment. Thinking in my childhood, perhaps school was initially very easy for me. I did not have to learn discipline. I did not have to work hard. I could see the bigger picture. But a longer story than for this short speech, I think as I got into teen years, and I was required to have more discipline, organization, I didn't have that. And so what I couldn't do easily, I would just give up on. Fast forward to adulthood, actually the first time I dropped out of college for the same reason. I was there for a semester. I wasn't working hard enough and just let it go. But several years later, I went back to school and with a very different approach. I was very highly motivated, highly driven, an excellent student. I've got my bachelor's in psychology, actually. Embarrassing to say, thinking that with that kind of a degree, I shouldn't have such struggles, but that's silly. I started nursing school officially 2 years ago, but even the struggle to get in several classes of science was very long. And again, I was very disciplined. I worked very hard. I got very good grades. Something I realized about myself is when I was complimented for being such an excellent student is I felt apologetic about it and would say quite a few times, it's not because I'm intelligent, it's because I just work really hard. And so I finished all of that and I'm almost ready to be a nurse. And yet I've got this one class that has really, really caused me to step back and question some of my abilities. Perhaps it was because I was working so hard. I was exhausted. I have a lot of different theories and maybe excuses. But I have realized in this class that I have really not been able to see the bigger picture. I have been lost, struggling with the trees in front of me. And I guess, as you may have already noticed, I am acutely experiencing my own challenges and finding my way through the forest. I don't think I have the answers in this speech either. The saying seems easy enough to understand. You can't see the forest through the trees. We've got to have clarity. We've got to see the bigger picture. But it's sometimes easier said than done. But what I am starting to realize and accept is that I've got to see this as not as a personal challenge or a problem, but as another opportunity for me to learn and to grow.